An incident in Manchester has completely shaken the Coronation Street set, and a name nobody expected has emerged: Harry Styles. What was the former One Direction member, with his £200 million fortune and global fame, doing on the dusty streets of Weatherfield? According to information that reached us, the 31-year-old pop icon set foot in the Media City studios during the first week of October, and nobody knew he was there. But the real shock was who Harry spent time with that day. Now stop right there, because you're hearing this story from us first, and it's crucial that you subscribe before continuing with this video. We're the only channel exposing backstage secrets and revealing truths about the television world that nobody else knows. New scandals, new exposés, new drama every week. Hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications, because what's coming next will be even more shocking. Harry Styles' connection to Coronation Street goes back years. According to what set workers told us, Harry had been watching the show since childhood. Growing up in Holmes Chapel, he would follow every episode without fail alongside his mother. However, this information had never reached the public. Harry always talked about music and fashion in interviews, but kept his Coronation Street passion hidden. After running the Manchester Marathon in early October, Harry's schedule was clear. While most celebrities would spend this time resting, Harry made a completely different decision. He communicated through his manager that he wanted to visit the Media City studios. ITV executives initially thought it was a joke, but Harry was serious and only wanted a few hours visit. This is where things started getting interesting. Harry's visit was kept completely secret. Normal procedure requires such a visit to be planned weeks in advance, announced to the media, and photo shoots arranged. However, Harry wanted none of that. He stated he only wanted to see the set and meet the actors. But was that really all there was to it? On the second Wednesday of October, around 2:30 p.m., a man wearing a black hooded sweatshirt and sunglasses entered through Media City's side entrance. Security guards were shocked when they realized who it was. Harry Styles, the world star, was there, and nobody had been informed. When the set tour began, Harry's eyes were sparkling. His smile was photographed when he saw the exterior of the Rover's return. He stopped in front of Roy's Rolls, remembering scenes he'd watched as a child. However, during the tour, it was noticed that he showed special interest in one particular actor, Charlotte Jordan. Charlotte Jordan plays the character Daisy Midgeley on the show and had announced she would be leaving in 2025. The 28-year-old actress had stated that after her 4-year Coronation Street career, she wanted to seek new opportunities. However, nobody could have guessed that this new opportunity might be connected to Harry Styles. According to information that reached us, Harry and Charlotte's meeting wasn't coincidental. During the tour, Charlotte came to the set, and the guide introduced Harry to her. The initial handshake lasted longer than normal. Eye contact was notable. Set workers who witnessed that moment stated they could feel the tension. Harry asked Charlotte a very specific question. "What are your plans after leaving the show?" Charlotte was initially surprised, then responded with a laugh. "Nothing definite yet, but I'm interested in the music world." This answer caused a noticeable smile to appear on Harry's face, but the real shock hadn't happened yet. After the tour ended, Harry communicated to the production team that he wanted to speak privately with Charlotte. This request wasn't normal. Celebrity visitors usually take group photos and leave, but Harry wanted something different, and the team couldn't refuse. They moved to Charlotte's makeup room. The door closed, and they stayed inside for approximately 45 minutes. The assistant and security guard waiting outside didn't hear what was discussed, but they noted occasional laughter coming through. During this time, set workers began whispering in the corridor. "What are they talking about? Why is it taking so long? Does Charlotte's fiancé know about this?" Yes, Charlotte is engaged. She had gotten engaged to her long-term boyfriend in 2024 and was sharing happy photos on social media. However, what she discussed with Harry Styles for 45 minutes in that makeup room that day was never explained. When they emerged from the room, Charlotte's face was bright red. She appeared excited. Harry was his usual calm self, but the business card he gave Charlotte was noticed by set workers. He was heard saying, "Stay in touch with me." Charlotte nodded as she put the card in her bag. But the story doesn't end here. Before leaving the set building, Harry asked the production team one more question. When does Charlotte's contract end? This question had a bombshell effect. Why was Harry Styles interested in Charlotte Jordan's contract details? According to information that reached us, Harry made a very clear offer to Charlotte that day: his new music video. Harry had begun work on a new album for 2025, and was recording at Abbey Road Studios. For his video, he was looking for a real, natural, and camera-comfortable female actor. He communicated that he'd been following Charlotte on social media and admired her acting. Now everything was falling into place. Charlotte's decision to leave Coronation Street had been announced in June. However, the reason for her departure was never clarified. She said new opportunities, but what opportunities? Broadway? Hollywood? Nobody knew. Now we understand that perhaps this opportunity was coming from Harry Styles. Other actors on set who heard this development were shocked. Especially experienced actors struggled to understand how Charlotte had caught such a huge opportunity. Comments like, "Why Charlotte? She's only been on the show for 4 years. There are more experienced actors," began circulating backstage. But the biggest question was Charlotte's fiancé's reaction. Fans examining social media accounts noticed that her fiancé hadn't made any posts since early October. Charlotte also went silent on her normally very active Instagram account. She was only sharing old photos, nothing new. A source told us this: Charlotte's fiancé wasn't on set that day. He hadn't been informed about Harry's visit. Someone from the set crew told him about the incident a few days later. What was his reaction? Nobody knows for certain, but it was learned from their social circle that the couple cancelled a dinner they had planned that weekend. Charlotte's fiancé works a normal job and is far from the media world. A megastar like Harry Styles having a 45-minute private meeting with his fiancée would be a difficult situation for any man to digest. Questions like, what did they talk about? Did they only discuss business? Is there something between them? Must have been troubling him. In the second half of October, Charlotte's social media activity completely changed. Previously, she had shared numerous couple photos with her fiancé, but now she was only sharing solo professional shots. Fans noticed this change and began asking questions in the comment sections. Is everything okay with your fiancé? How are wedding plans going? Charlotte didn't respond to any of them, but that's when everything changed. At the end of October, a paparazzo photographed Harry and Charlotte together at a luxury restaurant in Manchester. The photos weren't clear, shot from a distance, but the two people were clearly visible. Harry's characteristic curly hair and Charlotte's distinctive profile could be easily identified. Only the two of them were at the table. They were having dinner and appeared very intimate. The photos hadn't been sold to the media yet. The paparazzo was asking a high price and tabloids were making offers. However, news of the photos' existence spread quickly backstage. The Coronation Street production team panicked. They tried to reach Charlotte, but her phone was off. They messaged her manager, got no response. 2 days later, when Charlotte came to set, her condition was different. Her eyes were swollen, as if she hadn't slept. The makeup team had to work extra hard. During filming, she forgot her lines, requiring multiple retakes. When the director wanted to speak privately, Charlotte began crying. According to information that reached us, Charlotte had spoken with her fiancé that day, and they had decided to take a break. The engagement hadn't been broken off yet, but the relationship was on hold. Her fiancé had seen the dinner photos with Harry Styles and demanded an explanation. Charlotte didn't know what to say, because she herself wasn't sure what was happening. Nobody knows what Harry and Charlotte discussed at that dinner. However, a friend of Charlotte's told us on condition of anonymity, Charlotte is facing the biggest decision of her life. Harry didn't just offer her a music video, he also suggested she spend time in Los Angeles to see the music industry up close. He even mentioned he could use his Hollywood connections for a small role. This offer was incredible for Charlotte. After leaving Coronation Street, she didn't know what she would do. There were a few theater offers, small commercial shoots, but Harry Styles was opening the path to world stardom for her. The music video would get billions of views on YouTube. Hollywood producers would see her. Doors would open, but there was a price. Her fiancé, her 4-year relationship, her normal life.